You gonna wash the car with your window down?
Before we got out here to the farm, we moved out here during the pandemic, and before that we actually lived in the city. I did do some painting, airbags, hydraulics, sound systems, and that's kind of my thing.
I want a sound system.
Boy, finish wiping off your windows. Good morning, fellas. Welcome back to another episode of Edge of the Forest Homestead. And today we're going to do something a little special. Me and my son are actually going to be working on the 92 Camaro barn find. What we've done so far is that we put a new gas tank on it and a new fuel filter. Did that, and then did it run after that? No. So the man that I purchased this from, he said that it'd be a good thing if we changed the injectors. So we got those changed out, and it runs now, right? Mm-hmm. So we did a little cruise up the street yesterday. Before we get it washed up though, we need to clean up the carport area. It's kind of making me sick. So put you on a little bit of time lapse. We're gonna get that cleaned up, me and my boy. Put everything back in the garage, and then we'll get to washing this baby up. So we got the carport cleaned off best we could. Everything that was in those walls almost got me. Everything that was in the back of the truck is going to go to the garage, and everything that was on the carry-all on the back of the tractor is going back to the barn. So the way we're going to do this car wash is I'm going to show my son the two bucket method. One of them is going to be just straight clean water, and the other one's going to be soap. So as you start scrubbing, you dip into the soapy water, scrub, and before you come back, you rinse it off in the clean water, and then you go back and get some more soap. So, all right, we're gonna get these filled up.
You gonna wash the car with your window down? Boy!
First, son, is rinse down the whole car, get all the loose dirt off, and then we can start scrubbing. Alright, so my son is rinsing all that barn dust off and all the dirt that's gotten on the car since, the 2 months it's been underneath the carport. We're going to talk a little backstory of the car. So it all started last year. My son got a summer job, and he was actually working full-time hours, but it was still a part-time job, and he got his first check. So he gets his first check, and we open up a bank account, and once we get there, I say, hey son, you want a car, right? He's like, yeah. And he said, what are you going to get me? I was like, boy, you're a man, you're going to be a man, you're a young man, you're going to have to save for your own car. I said, I'll match you, whatever you save, that's what we'll do. He said, all right. And he says, all right, well, I want to buy this, this, and that. And I was like, boy, I said, what you're going to do is you can save all your hundreds, and whatever's left over, you can spend. He's like, what do you mean? I said, so let's just take, for instance, this check was like 460 bucks. So I'd make him put 400 up, and then he could keep the $60. And at first he was kind of upset about it. first check. He's like, Dad, I worked all that time, woke up early, you know, it's my summer vacation, I'm out here working, I want to spend my money. I said, son, just trust me. So that goes on, and second or third check comes around, and he's like, Dad, check out how much money I got. I was like, yep, that's good. He's like, yeah, we're gonna get a good car, huh? I said, yeah, we're just gonna keep searching, keep saving your money, and we'll go from there. And if any of you guys have seen any of my previous videos, y'all know that I work in the oil field, so I'm gone about half the year, if not more. And my wife would call me, hey, your son wants to buy this, he wants to buy that, you know. What I tell him, I said, look, he's saving for his car, you know, just tell him to call me. So she would go back and tell him like, hey, if you want to pull out any money, you got to call your daddy. And he'd be like, no, no, I know what he's gonna say, you know. So that fight went on for a little while, but he ended up saving quite a bit of money. So I was like, man, I'm gonna have to match this boy. This is gonna be an expensive car. And so I'm searching Facebook Marketplace, and like I do when I'm in the oil field, like, you know, we get some ass time every now and again and go cab up in the truck. So I'm checking it out, and this Camaro pops up. So it's actually close to where we live, and I get to dig in. And it's at a mechanic shop. So I'm all right, cool, go check it out. So I screenshot it and send it to my son, and he's all excited. Dad, can we go look at it? I said, yeah, we'll get back, we'll go check it out. And I was like, you know, just keep working, keep saving your money, and keep stacking it up, and we'll go from there. So I get home and I didn't say anything about it. So my wife asked me, hey, we're going to check that car out. I said, yeah, we'll go check it out. So we go check the car out, and it's at a mechanic shop. So then kind of get in the backstory of that. So guy's like, yeah, I got it. I've been at my shop for about a year, year and a half. When I got it, it had been sitting for a couple years, and I drained the gas tank. I got a new fuel pump on it, a new battery. Runs and drives. I just had it parked at my shop. He said, if I was you, to something you want, you know, you're probably gonna have to change the injectors. I clean out the gas tank, and then should be good to go. So okay, cool. Well, we take it for a test drive. We come back. We get to talking and negotiating on price, and we get to find out that his kid goes to the same school that my kid goes to, and they actually kind of know the families. And he started, all right, well, I'm gonna tell you the real backstory. I said, okay, cool, we'll check it out. So it turns out that old man owned it, and he loved this car. Well, the mechanic was also the old man's mechanic. He always took it to him for tune-ups and oil changes and anything that needed to be fixed. He worked on it. And then, like I said, this was 10 years ago. Well, the old man ended up passing away, and it sat, you know, in a barn or a garage, something like that. I like the barn story better. We'll go with that. But sat. Well, the will comes around, and he didn't leave it to any of his kids, any of his grandkids. He left it to the mechanic, and I always thought that was funny. So mechanic finds out about it. He goes through everything and gets the title transferred. He goes and picks it up. So he goes and gets it running again. Gets that oil change and uh, tune up and all that, and gets the fuel tank cleaned out. Put a new fuel pump, battery, like I said before. Runs. Well, then he let it sit at his shop for about a year and a half. And he's got some other cool cars out there. And he was thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to get an LS swap one day. Well, one day never came around, and here it is on Facebook Marketplace. And then here we are, and we got the car. So I just thought I'd share the backstory with you. It was an old man car, and he left it to his mechanic, and now we have it.
Final rinse. Be careful with that end of that hose, son. Remember I showed you. There you go. We got to get a spray nozzle, huh? The reason we don't have a spray nozzle is that I have a pressure washer, but for this first wash and for him, he needs to do it old school so he can appreciate the power tools after. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for this video. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me and my son and checking out the car. And before we got out here to the farm, we moved out here during the pandemic. And before that, we actually lived in the city. And I actually have a 79 Lincoln Town Coupe lowrider. I'll put that up here and check it out. And that was my thing. I did do some painting, airbags, hydraulics, sound systems. And that's kind of my thing.
I want a sound system.
Well, I finished wiping off your windows. So we did the whole car show thing back in the day, and I kind of grew out of it a little bit. And the Lincoln's actually in the garage right now, dirty, full of dust. And maybe I'll get back into it. But for now, my son, he wanted him a little hot rod, so we found that and got it going, and he's gonna be driving to school and work and practice and all that good stuff. But go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll see you on the next one. So what do you think?
It looks a lot better.
So you happy with it? Are you happy that it runs now?
Yeah.
So where do we find it?
Facebook.
Facebook Marketplace. So what year is it?
Isn't it 97?
92 or 91?
I've been telling everybody 97.
No, 97 would have been like they call it a catfish one because the front of it looks like a catfish. Now yours is a what do they call it? No, Fox Body's Mustang. Yours is a F body. F body. That's what it's called. So you happy?
Can I drive it?
Once we get your insurance and get your tape
down the road, like me and can I drive it?
once we get your license plate and your insurance, you'll be good to go.
Now I gotta tell all my friends that my car is clean.
Your car's clean. Go take a picture. You get a good picture. Go get your phone.